Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2017 GN-PBO Annual Assembly. My name is Benji Holzman, and something I've been working on over the past year is updating the e-PBO portal for everyone here in the GN-PBO community. If you have a laptop or a tablet or an iPad or anything like that, it'd be great if you could follow along on the website during this demonstration. Again, the web address for e-PBO is simply www.e-pbo.org. So we're going to start on the home page, and then I'm essentially going to be going through each of the pages one by one to show you some of the updates and also just what the portal can do in general. So we're just going to start on the home page over here. One thing you'll notice is that there's now a big slider at the very top of the home page. So these have a few different links. So first is the 5th annual GN-PBO Annual Assembly. If you slide along, this is the general welcome image. This is a link to the impact page, and this is a link to the 2016 Annual Assembly resources. So this changes periodically, and over the next few months there'll probably be some different sliders as well. If you scroll down, you'll see that the main section in the middle now is called News and Announcements, and here is where we put all the updates about what's happening in the community. So as you can see, I just put something up saying that the annual assembly starts tomorrow. Recorded this yesterday. If you go back a little bit, there's reminders on webinars and things like that. So if you go to the homepage, you'll see whatever's current in the community. On the left-hand side here, we have a big link to the 2017 Annual Assembly, and then we have the quick links bar. So all the pages on the site you can find here on the quick links bar, and this sidebar is on all the pages on e-PBO. So if you want to jump to a different section, one of the easiest ways to do so is in the quick links bar over here. On the right-hand side, we have two links here for people who are new to the site, a link to become a member of e-PBO, and a link to get started. And it basically has just the basic information and basic orientation to the site. We have the welcome video that we made last year over here, and then we have the upcoming events calendar. So over here, if you hover over the 5th, which is blue, you can see that the annual assembly is starting today. Down a bit more, we have featured photos. So you can scroll through and see some photos from previous events. And then if you go down a bit further, we see some featured documents. So here are 4 of the main documents that have been put together by the GN-PBO community and others in this space. Moving along to the About section, the Get Started page is sort of like a mini course where you can go through and it tells you exactly the first few steps you should do in order to get started on the web on the site, such as updating your profile information, reviewing your email notifications, how to join the discussion, and so forth. The About Us page, once it loads, has this basic information about the global network of parliamentary budget offices, and then a little bit about the e-PBO portal itself, what are PBOs, and then the community charter. On the Become a Member page, this is the registration form, which has also been updated. So here, for new members, this is where you can request membership. Site tutorials we're still yet to do, but they will be coming soon. We also have a frequently asked questions page. That too, it's sort of in progress, but we hope to finish this soon as well. And then lastly, in the About section, we have the Contact Us and Feedback page. So here is a link to the email address where you can send us any questions you have about the e-PBO portal, and also about the GN-PBO community in general. And if you want to leave a comment that everyone can see about the site, you can do so here. And here's just some contact details as well. In the Connect page, the first page is the member directory. Just loading. So here is where you can see we have 175 registered members so far. And here is where you can see a listing of all of those members. There's still many people that need to upload their profile picture. And you can also filter these members. So firstly, you can choose how to sort them, alphabetically or by latest users. And you can also search for people's names if there's someone you want to look up, although it's pretty easy just to scroll down as everyone's listed alphabetically. But if you click on Advanced Search, here you can filter the list of people by certain criteria. So just bear with me. So again, you can search by first name or last name. You can filter by gender or by country. So if you want to see all the members here from, for example, Botswana or Cambodia or Canada, you can do so. And you can also check the certain languages that you want to filter by as well. So for example, if you wanted to find a male member who is from Thailand and speaks French, for example, you could do so. So that's the member directory. The news and announcements page is basically your repeat of what's on the homepage, just with a little bit more information. The working groups page has links to all the working groups that we have in our community at the moment. The GN-PBO blog page hasn't been updated in some time, but we hope to start that up again soon. But you can read some previous blogs that have been written by community members as well. The newsletters page also hasn't been updated in some time. We had a newsletter feature in the GN-PBO community. This is again something which we might reinstate. But you can see if you wanted to, you could see the previous newsletters on this page. And then this is a new page, PBOs and IFIs around the world. And this is a listing of all the PBOs and IFIs around the world that we have found. So they're here on a map. You can zoom in. The blue pins are just independent fiscal institutions in general, and the red pins are specifically parliamentary budget offices. So if you click on a pin, let's see over here, Nigeria, see the flag up here, have the name, the country, and where there's a website, for example, here, the Dominican Republic Chamber of Deputies, we have the website listed over here. And again, let's do Korea over here we have as well. So you can go through and you can sort of discover PBOs and other IFIs around the world on this map. And you can also just see lists of all of them if you wanted to as well, and these are all linked to their websites. And we also have over here a list of some networks of PBOs and IFIs as well, and related bodies. If you want to add to the list either a network or a country's PBO or IFI, you could do so here in the leave a comment section, and then we can go through and add it to the map and to the list. In the Learn section, we have the document library. This is where you can search for documents from previous annual assemblies, from working groups, from other resources that members have uploaded. So they're all here. You can search for a document in the search box, or you can upload a document yourself by clicking here. I'll just go through this. So it's actually a form to fill out to upload the document. First you press browse and you would select the file on your computer. You would give it a file name. You would select the date, probably the date it was published or the current date, and then you would select either the event that it's associated with or just a category, a file type, and then your email address in case you have any questions about the document. And then you press submit. Then we'll receive the document and then we will place it in the appropriate section in the document library. And again, to browse through documents, you can search for a document, or you can have a look at all these file boxes. So here's some feature documents. You can go to member resources, annual assembly documents over here, 2016, 2015, etc. Next, we have the webinars page. We've also updated this page. So on the top, you'll see the webinar calendar. There's nothing in June, but for example, if you go to April, we can see that we had 2 webinars there. And if you can click over and you can get the information of the webinars. Again, on the 24th, we had one. You'll also see WebEx login instructions over here, which is new. This basically tells you how to log into the webinar, and it's got some diagrams as well. So one thing to note, it's important that people mute their microphones so that we don't hear clicks and chatter in the background, and also tells you how you can properly hear the audio of the webinar. New webinars, or webinars coming up in the future, will be listed underneath upcoming webinars, and you can find information on previous webinars in the previous webinar section. If you click watch it here, you can actually watch the recording of the webinar. You have the list of presenters, the date, and how long the webinar was. And also if you click the description, presenter bios, and documents link, you can see information on who was presenting, their bios. You can actually go through and click through their PowerPoint presentations. And in some cases, we've also put together a post-webinar survey to get some more insight from our members on the particular topics that have been discussed in the webinars. Next, we have training and courses. This is a listing of online courses and other training opportunities that people can take. So you can click on more info and read more about each course, and you can also register for the courses here. Again, this is something which we like to pull input from the community, so if you know of any other courses, online I guess is better because it opens up to the whole globe of potential members of the community. You can just type in the leave a comment section over here and we can add it to the list. Next is PBO profiles. This is something which we're currently working on and hope to finish by the end of this assembly. It's basically a pretty comprehensive survey that we put together, which has information about each PBO. So anything from when it was established, what the mandate is, what functions it carries, information about the employees that work there, how they relate to the media, all that kind of information we hope to capture in a survey and then make available to the whole community so that you can learn from each other and sort of figure out how you fit in and what the kinds of work that other community members are doing. Next we have online resources for PBOs. This page has been updated as well. And again, this is something which could also use some input from the community and can grow. But at the moment it has just lists of websites which are potentially useful to members. So a few more over here. Again, you can add to the list. Next we have software and tools for PBOs. This is, I guess, similar to online resources, but it's specifically related to actual programs and tools that you can use in order to help you with your work. So we have them arranged by section here, for example, actually by task. So if you wanted to need some help with publishing reports and wanted some software for it, you can click on this blue line here. For data visualization, there's more programs here which might be useful for giving presentations, for web design and web analytics, general productivity tools. This needs a bit more work as well, and again we are really open for input, so if you have a piece of software which has been really helpful for you in your work, please leave it in the comments and we can add it to the list. And it's also arranged in alphabetical order. This is coming soon, but we'll put together just like a simple alphabetical list as well. We also have the how-to guides. This is also a new section. This is where we are collecting the guidebooks and the handbooks created by the GN-PBO community. So here is the how-to guide on budget analysis, presented last year and I believe being worked on again this year. There's a draft guidelines on operationalizing a PBO, and also a guidance note on proxy modeling as well over here. In the next section, the share section, this is a brand new section. And one thing I'll note, if you click the actual name of each section, you'll get a list of the different pages in that section as well. So you can see sort of what's going on in the share section here. So if you go to the first page, upload a document, it has the upload a document form, which I've gone through earlier. There is instructions on how to share an online resource, which is basically just a repeat of the comment section on the online resources for PBO's page. Information on how to send out an announcement to the community. That will go on the homepage, and members will also receive an email notification as well. So if there's something which you'd like to share with the entire community, you can do so here. Specific instructions are over here. If you want to create an event, there are instructions as well, and a button here, create new events. These are the instructions. And if you'd like to write a blog post, there are instructions written as well. Like generally how to actually go about submitting it, and also the kinds of blog posts and guidelines as to what we're looking for. Moving along, we have the discussion forums. And this is where members can freely discuss any issue that they might be having, any questions they have for the community, and also specific events such as webinar discussions will go here as well. So this is something which we hope to get a bit more engagement with in the future. But members can freely create a new topic and even create a new category, and they can engage in discussions over here. Next we have the events page. If you go to view events, this is where you can find all of our upcoming and previous events. So again, this is a big version of the calendar, so you can find an event by date. Or you can also find an event by type. So the annual assemblies are all listed here, the webinar events are all listed here, as well as working group events, and just other events in general. And if you go down, you can have a list of all the events that are chronologically listed. So there's quite a few, as you can see. And then we also have the annual assemblies. As you know, these are the main event that we put on each year. If you go to the 2017 annual assembly page, you'll have all the information regarding to this assembly. It's sort of a hub for all the activity that we'll be doing this assembly. So you have all of the leadership groups listed here. If you click through, you'll see a description of the roles of that group, about community keepers and the role of community keepers, for example. And if we go down, we have announcements related to the 2017 Annual Assembly, and we also have the list of documents. So at the moment we just have the administrative documents, but we'll also be uploading all the presentations here, as well as other documents related to the 2017 Annual Assembly. We'll also be putting together a photo gallery, so please take some photos. And it'd be great if members could also introduce themselves in the comments box here. If you want some information from past assemblies, you can go back in time as well. For example, this is the 2016 Annual Assembly page. I'll actually fix this shortly. And then the last section I want to go through is the impact section. So here we talk about the impact that we've had on the community. So we put together a video last year where members have talked about what they've benefited and gained from being part of this community. We also have a map where if you click on a country, you can read a short little description of a tangible impact that being part of the community has had on certain countries. If you go to impact stories, there are also these stories, value creation stories, which we hope members to fill out again this year. They're listed here. And finally, we have an impact report that we put together last year on this page over here. So that's a summary of the improvements we've made to the e-PBO portal. We hope that you continue to find it a valuable resource. Please don't hesitate to email if you have any questions. We also would really encourage members to not just use this as a place in order to sort of take information and resources from the community, but also to provide them as well. So please get familiar with the share section and contribute as well. And we really hope you see this as a one-stop shop for almost anything related to your work as people work in parliamentary budget offices. I hope you have a great rest of the annual assembly, and I look forward to remaining a part of this community. Thanks a lot.